Success belongs to the bold. It always has, and it always will. The world has never rewarded hesitation, and it never will. Life bends for the man or woman who steps forward with courage, while the timid are left standing at the sidelines, wondering why nothing ever changes. You know this truth already, because every fiber of your being aches when you let another day slip by. Deep down you feel it, the gap between what you are and what you could be. That ache is not a curse. It is the voice of destiny demanding that you rise. Think about the great builders of history: Edison, Carnegie, Ford, Jobs, Disney. None of them were born with guarantees. None of them were handed certainty. They looked at the unknown, they felt the weight of fear, and yet they acted anyway. Edison failed 10,000 times before giving light to the world. Carnegie started as a poor Scottish immigrant before becoming the titan of steel. Henry Ford was mocked for believing in the automobile. Disney went bankrupt, laughed at, told he lacked imagination. But what set them apart was not luck, and it was not genius alone. It was boldness. The courage to begin when no one else believed. The audacity to act while others waited for permission. You must understand this. Opportunity is never handed to the hesitant. The world does not pause to reassure you. Time does not stop and whisper, "Take your chance now." Number. Life demands that you claim it. Fortune hides behind the veil of uncertainty, and only those with the courage to tear through that veil ever touch it. Every dream you've ever had waits on the other side of boldness. Every fortune, every breakthrough, every transformation is built on the moment you stop waiting and start building. Waiting is the slowest poison you can swallow. Waiting for the right time, the right feeling, the right support. It robs you day by day, year by year, until regret is the only companion left. But building? Building gives birth to power. Building transforms weakness into strength. Building turns a vague dream into something you can see, touch, live, and pass on. So I ask you, when will you decide? Not think, not hope. Decide that your life is worth more than hesitation. Decide that your vision is stronger than fear. Decide that your purpose will not be silenced by the voices of doubt. Because history has a simple law: it remembers the bold and it forgets the timid. To expand the boundaries of what is possible for you, look around. Every building, every bridge, every invention, every empire you see began first as a thought in someone's mind. A thought that could have been ignored. A vision that could have died in silence. But instead, someone dared to act on it. That act of boldness is the root of all progress. Napoleon Hill wrote that fears are nothing more than a state of mind. And he was right. Fear has no weight, no substance, until you hand it power. It is the great illusionist whispering, "What if you fail? What if you lose everything? What if you're not ready?" But here is the truth. The only thing worse than failing is never trying. The only true failure is surrendering your potential before it has even had a chance to breathe. History is littered with the ghosts of men who waited, who told themselves, "Tomorrow I will begin." Tomorrow never came. Tomorrow stole their fortune, their invention, their impact. Do not be counted among them. When Lincoln lost election after election, he could have quit. When Thomas Edison's lab burned to the ground, he could have said enough. When Oprah Winfrey was fired and told she was unfit for television, she could have walked away. But they didn't wait for the world to hand them validation. They built their vision brick by brick, day by day, until the world had no choice but to acknowledge it. You too have that power. It begins in the mind, a definite purpose, a clear vision. These are the foundations. Without them, your life drifts like a ship without a rudder, tossed by every wave of circumstance. But once you decide where you are going, once you lock your eyes on a destination, your steps gain force. Discipline becomes your fuel. Persistence becomes your armor. Faith becomes your compass. Success is never an accident. It is constructed, like a cathedral, stone by stone, choice by choice, day after day. It requires the courage to begin when the vision is still fragile, when the world calls you foolish, when the results have not yet arrived. That is why boldness is the dividing line. The timid never start and therefore never finish. So I ask you now, are you waiting for someone else to open the door for you? Or will you build the door yourself? Are you waiting for life to bless you with opportunity? Or will you create the opportunity with your own two hands? The bold do not beg for chances, they carve them out of rock. Because the truth is this: life does not get easier, and time does not get longer. Every day you hesitate,